right at 0, Jasen Green. Let's start with a statement from head coach Greg McDermott.
We're running on empty. And Marquette's not a fun team to play when you're running on empty. Those 2 trips this week and some illness we got going through the team, and getting home at 3 o'clock, getting to bed at 3 in the morning on Wednesday was tough on these guys. But man, we showed some grit, and we got to look at the offensive rebound. Some of them are crazy bounces, but it's also Marquette. They play fearless. And our ability to take care of the basketball is the reason we won the game, because we lost a lot of the other areas. We made the same number of threes, which we don't want to happen in our building. They had more points off turnovers, more second chance points. Really, the silver lining in the second chance points was the 18 offensive rebound only led to 11 points. So we defended after we gave up those. We didn't hang our heads and quit. So just really proud of our guys. Really good execution. Jamiya, gave us a huge lift after dealing with that foul trouble coming off the bench and, making some big plays on both ends of the floor. I thought Jasen was outstanding defensively the entire afternoon. And then, Kalk and Steven did what Kalk and Steven do, Enjoy it. Got 4 more of them to watch here in this building. It's pretty special.
Questions for the student athletes first.
Jamiya, were you just using your foul wisely to save energy for the second half?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's say that. I was saving energy,
Yeah. What was the mentality when you checked back in, especially late? It just seemed like, whatever takeover mode looks like, it looked like that was what it looked like.
Well, yeah, it just looked like from the bench they was just making a punch, and it was time for us to make our punch. And I seen how the direction of the game was going, and I just, why not make an impact really quick and try to do something to change that.
Well, you hit that 3 and the crowd was rather deafening. Have you had a moment like that in your college career, a shot that big in that moment to get that kind of reaction out of a crowd?
No, probably not. That was electric, and hopefully I can have some more before it's all said and done.
Jamiya, what were you going through early in the season trying to adjust to the Creighton system and everything, and then when did that change for you? When did it click?
It clicked probably just trying to embrace it. I think at first I never had a guy like Mac who just pushed you every day and wants you to be great. And I wasn't used to that. And a lot of days sometimes I'm like, dang, this guy, am I just not good enough, or does he not like me? Why is he always on me? But when I realized that he just wants what's best for me and what he's saying is actually right, I think that's when I started making leaps and bounds, At the end of the day, they want what's best for me, I want what's best for myself. And I think once I just started embracing what I needed to be for this team and what I needed to be as a player, that's when I started making leaps and bounds.
Jasen, defensively, this team is really, really hard to guard. What was it like every time the ball moves side to side, there's a new, fast, twitchy player in front of you. What's it like trying to keep them in front of you and make them take tough shots?
Yeah, it's what we work on every day in practice. We always do a lot of defensive drills to prepare ourselves for moments like this. We have a drill called Georgetown closeouts where it's just a really long closeout and you have to basically guard your man one-on-one, and I feel like that really helps us prepare for games like this. And guarding someone like Cam Jones at the end of the game, I feel like I was pretty prepared for it just based off what we did in practice, but I feel like there's still some things I could get better at, but that's good because we got plenty of season left for me to get better at that.
Jasen, what's the last week been like for you? A week ago today you were chasing Eric Dixon around, and then today obviously you had Cam on late. What has the last week been like?
Yeah, so with me, I never really am 100% sure what I'm going to be needed for, so I just have to stay ready for whatever it is. And started off the game guarding Joplin. He's a great player. He had a couple threes. But, as the game went on, I was needed in different spots, so I kind of knew that whatever was needed out of me, I just had to be ready for it. And when it came down to guarding Cam, I feel like I was in a pretty good position just based off of my previous work.
For people who have never defended Marquette, how could you put into words how difficult it is to defend that team?
Yeah, it's really difficult. They're just a group of really quick guys, and they run a lot of jokers, which is just ghost screens, and it's kind of hard because sometimes you get confused defensively and not know if you're switching or not switching. So they're definitely a really tough team to guard. The toughest.
Jasen, how have you seen this team grow over this 9-game stretch?
I feel like we've grown the most off the court, just being closer as a team. We spend a lot of time with each other off the court, and I feel like that's what's made the biggest impact for us. Just being able to trust each other no matter the situation, and just loving each other. It's like a family. This is probably the closest team I've been with. I love all these guys.
2 more for the student athletes.
What was current?
I'm just saying, Jasen, What's going on, guys like you, Mason, Isaac, or have all stepped up the last few weeks to do whatever you can, really add a lot of things. What's been going on there?
I feel like all of us just have to be ready when our name is called. I mean, there's some games where I'm not going to play a ton. There's some games where I will. Like last game, I think I only played 12 minutes, and the game before that I played 30, 32 or something like that. So it depends on the game. We got to be ready when our name is called, and we just always have to be locked in. But all of us are embracing our roles, so we're ready whenever we need to be ready.
What was that environment like in crunch time? I mean, just even when they were making shots, it's silenced, and then you guys make shots, and roof blows off the place. Like it just felt like electricity in there.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. Like, it's just a credit to our fans, all the people that come out to support us. I mean, they do a great job, especially in a big game like this where we need that extra energy. And it's just like you can feel it, like in your body. You can feel the crowd helping you out and just giving you a little extra boost of energy, and it's just amazing.
Jamiya,
Go quick.
I know you guys will turn your attention to Tuesday, but what will be your lasting memory from today? Was it a shot you hit? Was it a crowd? What are you going to do today?
It'll probably be that Steven dagger at the end, that last three that he made. I think it got the loudest right when he made that, and that was kind of like the cherry on top, like, yeah, it's over. Get out of here.
Thanks.
Thanks, y'all.
We'll continue with 5 minutes for Coach.
I know you prefer him not to be in foul trouble, but I mean, given the fact that he had to deal with you got the third came out, the fourth came out, what did you make of the way he came back into the game and immediately put the foot on the gas?
I mean, he looked like the freshest guy on the floor. I think both teams were tired. You know, they played some guys some pretty big minutes. It was a physical, fast-paced game. And, you know, while we didn't want him in foul trouble, the fact that he was rested, I think it helped him. And, you know, as he mentioned, you watch what's going on when you're sitting on the bench and what's open, and they were really stretching out, trying to take some things away, and that allowed him to get downhill and, you know, break kind of the shell of that defense.
You've seen a lot, obviously, in your career, and not many surprises, but a few weeks ago, would you believe that this team was going to be 11-2?
What Patino said, I can't believe we lost the other two or something. Maybe he used a little different verbiage than that, but you know, getting on that plane to Georgetown, it was a long ride home, and a lot went wrong that game, and at that point we're still trying to find ourselves. You know, we went to a good portion of December with Pop out, and then Steven and Kalk not practicing due to injuries, and we were just trying to get game to game and survive. And when you can't practice, then roles can't be defined. You know, they're defined in practice, and guys grow in practice, and we weren't really able to do it. And then those couple of breaks we had, you know, December 21st to 31st, and then also we played January 3rd and then didn't play for 8 days. That gave us some great practice time to get better and clean up some of the things. But it doesn't happen if what Jason says doesn't come to fruition. If guys don't embrace their role and accept their role and understand, I mean, that's really mature for a guy to say, I might play 12, I might play 32, I just have to be ready for whatever. You don't hear that said a lot in press conferences across the country, and you know, I'm fortunate that we have a bunch of selfless guys.
When they trapped Ryan and had you call that timeout, did you call the play to get him a three out of that timeout?
No, we were trying to get Steven off a screen, and they did a good job defending it. Steven kind of wrapped it, and both guys went with, and that left Kalk open. And man, he works on those a lot. He did in the offseason as well to prepare himself for the season and the future. And, you know, to hit it at that moment, I think speaks to his growth, because he's not feeling good at all. And for him to play as many minutes as he did and hit a shot like that in that situation is pretty incredible.
I think you talked about your guys' defense yesterday. I mean, Cam had 27, but Stevie needed 14 shots to score 10. Joplin needed 22 shots to score 22. What was it again about your guys' defense that kind of willed you to the finish line?
You know, well, Marquette's difficult for a lot of reasons. You know, we've talked about the offense and, you know, how spread out they are, and you know, defensively, you know, they're all over the place. You know, for us to have 8 turnovers against Marquette is incredible. But they invert our defense. You know, we're at our best when Kalk's at the rim, and they force you to make some decisions. And we decided to put him on Stevie Mitchell, and roll the dice. Stevie shot 9 or 10 threes at their place. He shot another 10 today. He doesn't do that very often. But it's our best chance to keep Kalk back there and have a chance to protect the rim. Now, Shaka did a great job of getting us in some screening activities where we were forced to switch, and it nullified that, and a lot of times we paid for it. But we got enough stops when we needed. For Marquette, as good as they are offensively, to shoot 36% and keep them off the free throw line, we were doing what we're supposed to do.
Mac
Two more.
Jamiya mentioned that the lasting moment for him was going to be that Ashworth dagger. To have that moment for Steven and the roof kind of explode off the place, what was your perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd, I don't know if they sat down the last 7 or 8 minutes. It was pretty cool in there, and a lot of big plays on both ends of the floor. I don't know that I've ever had a crowd cheer as much when Isaac got that one rebound after we'd missed like 9 in a row, but they were as relieved and as happy as I was. But my staff has done an unbelievable job with this group. DK with the defense, Ryan with the offense, Lou and Trey helping with out of bounds plays. Trey goes through every matchup with the guys and gives them everything that they need to know. Murph had this scout and knew it inside and out, and that play at halftime that we ran as Mitch Ballack. He's as much of a basketball sicko as I am. He sends me about 10 new plays for every game and lets me sort through it, and 2 or 3 of them got us baskets tonight. So Jahans brings energy every single day. So we've got a great group of guys, and I'm fortunate to be surrounded by an awesome staff.
One more.
They took the lead again after Jamiya's 4th foul. Fedor made a couple, shot flake plays off the bounce to get to the free throw line, finish inside, to get you guys the lead again to kind of stabilize things. What did you see in those sequences there?
Yeah, I mean, 5 weeks ago I couldn't play him in that game.
Yeah.
I put him in twice. He turned it over. He was obviously just became eligible, but I think it speaks to his growth and how much more comfortable he feels, not just on the offensive end, but what he's doing on the defensive end. And we really needed him. We needed everybody that played. Mason went in and gave us a lift, and obviously Isaac and Jackson did some great things as well. So he's growing. He's getting better, and he was out there during the Providence game to finish that game because he was defending well and making good decisions with the basketball. So with him becoming, obviously we're becoming more confident in him because of what he's doing on a daily basis. And probably most importantly, I think it gives him a little confidence in himself as he tries to figure this out at a record whirlwind pace that he's trying to learn everything.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.